Peace. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. And with this particular video, I want to further elaborate on life without meaning or without purpose, and if meaningless events and purposeless events, random occurrences. I want to touch on that. Now, a lot of my previous videos kind of blew people's mind because you're basically saying that life or none of this has any meaning. And I am saying that. And I'm saying that if you believe life has a meaning or some type of purpose, then you are still under the ghost spell or the gospel of Christianity and Judaistic religions. If you believe life has some type of meaning. And I think a lot of so-called conscious people or metaphysical people kind of stay on the fence. They want to realize that they create their own reality and they want to empower themselves. But at the same time, they hold some of the same beliefs and ideologies that people do that are under religious mind control. Society capitalizes off of the mindset of people who are under religious mind control. It helps their agenda. They can control the people through the people controlling themselves through this religious mind control. That's why this topic is so important. If you believe that life has a meaning, then that must be something higher than you. That must be a higher being, a higher entity, a God outside of you, something greater than you, something unknown, unrecognizable, unidentifiable, invisible, spook that you believe that exists. Because you have no evidence that it is there. Only through how you correlate events that happen in your life do you keep reinforcing the idea of an omnipotent or omniscient power that lies outside of yourself. You make correlations to perpetuate that with events and circumstances in your life. Now let's go in on this. If life has a meaning, then something preceded you and preceded your consciousness. Something existed before you to make meaning, to create meaning. And you're living within the meanings that this superior entity has already created. To some degree, this shit would have to already be predestined, and there would be no reason for you to become conscious of anything. Because all you can become conscious of is that which already is, and that's which will be, and your consciousness cannot affect that which is predestined. So in that sense, you run into the contradictions of free will. You have free will to exist inside of the meanings of an entity that has already created everything. But your free will is trapped inside of the meanings, that you cannot act outside of the meanings that have been created. So your freedom is limited within the paradigm that has been manifested by the superior entity that you call God. You're only free to act within the meanings. You are now truly, at that point, a prisoner of your own reasoning. A prisoner of reason. Not free choice, not freedom, but reasoning. Interesting. Even such reasonings do not affect anything because the meanings have already been established. Everything that happens already means something. Not realizing that you have the ability to apply your own definition, your own conceptualization to whatever event occurs. At the same time, realizing that it is unnecessary to apply meaning or definition to every single event that occurs. As you attempt to apply meaning to every leaf that just falls in the forest, it falls from a tree, you can add meaning to each and every single leaf. So you're unlimited in your ability to apply meaning. Unlimited. But what does it all mean? So if you believe that there is meaning, then you believe that there is something that is higher than you, that is a superior power, there's something greater than you, and you are a by default Christian. You are by default Judaistic or Islamic. By default. Because you have the same idea that they do. You have the same framework. A lot of people think they got out of religion and got out of all that, but they really just kept the framework and they just changed the characters. Instead of saying God, they say the Most High or the energy or the Supreme Force or whatever name they use. Some would even use the ancestors. They just changed the characters in the game. Some change the white characters for black characters, but it's still the same game. Enlightenment will take you beyond the game itself and bring you into a direct experience of truth. That is the objective of King Noble Black Supremacy. A direct confrontation with the truth in the moment. Direct confrontation with truth is your awakened moment. So if there's meaning, something authored that meaning. Somebody that was conscious. Somebody who could create meanings, who could design a narrative. A conscious mind. Something that would be able to gel with the human mind. Something that would be able to resonate or be at the level of which the human mind could conceptualize. You believe there's something outside of you. But when you stand in it, there is no meaning. Then there is no mystery God. Because, see, meanings are mysteries. You have to work through the mysteries and discover the mysteries and decode the mysteries. Where there is no meaning, there is no mystery. The truth is revealed before your eyes. It is what it is. A direct experience with truth. Meaning, you're in your mind, you're in your head, you're in your perception. You're in a perpetual loop of trying to reinforce the ideas in your head and make the external reality fit into your mind, into conceptualization of your mind. You want to make the cosmos fit into the conceptualization of your mind. Meaning. Once you remove all meaning and acknowledge the meaninglessness of it all, the debate is over with. The religious denominations are over with. The different facts and sects are over with. You need to have meaning, you need religion. To have religion and meaning, you have debate. To have meaning, you have a certain type of apprehensiveness or hesitancy. Because before you can be empowered to do, be, and have, you must contemplate meaning. You must contemplate purpose. So where you would be empowered to act in a direct confrontation with truth, meaning forces you to contemplate the very nature of existence, which makes you passive, which makes you inactive. Because every time something happens outside of your meaning, it attacks the entirety of your paradigm. It attacks the essence of what you value to be a basis of reality. that you like Humpty Dumpty, you have to seem to try to put it all back together again after every event. You have to put it back together again, but without meaning, you can navigate through the randomness of it all and still manifest what you desire, because there's no greater meaning stopping you. There's no greater meaning prohibited you. There's nothing outside of you to stop you from navigating through the randomness of it all in order to implement and manifest what you choose to create in this particular time frame that we live in. Meaning has stopped us. When we are confronted by our obstacles, we spend more time searching for meaning than we do overcoming those obstacles in order to manifest and create what needs to be there, what needs to happen, how it needs to be. Our meanings have told us that we are not in full power on this thing. We're not in the driver's seat. The vehicle is meanings. We want change, but our very meanings trapped us in the old paradigm. Only through you acknowledging the meaninglessness of it all, that it means nothing, can I free you, and you're no longer a prison of reason that you didn't even create. And you're no longer a prisoner of the type of reasoning that will keep you trapped and locked into someone else's paradigm. Meaning means you are not empowered or authorized to do it right now. Meaning means there's something holding this shit together, and that there's a 50-50 chance that what you want to do or see happen in this world may not even supposed to happen. With meaning and reason, at least you would have to fathom such a thought or an idea. Meaning has become our prison, and it's as good as God. It's a desire for the individual to look for something outside of themselves, outside of the moment, outside of what they can do, be, and have, as justification to do or not do. And that's why we have remained in the same condition as a people, because the meanings, biblical, Quranic, Tauric, the meanings, secular humanists, atheists, Afrocentric, whatever, the meanings keeps us in the same situation. We must go beyond meaning itself, and the only thing that will be meant is what we mean to do, against all randomness, against all chaos, against all unpredictability, against all the infinitum of possibility. The only thing that will be meant is what King Noble Black Supremacy means to do. Join my website, www.kingnobleBlackSupremacy.com.